J-Core.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a new edition here at J-Core Live, one and only
J-Core
talk show here on Twitch. Well, it's another Monday. It's the first Monday of the month of August. So yeah, it's going to be a great show today, and we also had a great weekend. And before we are going to start with the show, let's do a quick shout out to DJ Tor-D, DJ D-Tor, sorry. Tease Buzz, Dawes, D Frag, I'm the Banana, Bro Sound Works, let's see, Tom CXR, the Averso, and that's everybody I see in the chat so far. There is also another announcement, and the other announcement what I do want to say is that since this morning there is a new emote, and the new emote is it's really shameful to say, but it's a technical difficulties emote. So yeah, I didn't know if I should put this for the for all the Twitch subscribers, or that I should put this on the 1000 bits emote thingy. So I needed to switch something out, and I gave it, I just give it to the subscribers, because how many times do I have a technical difficulty? Way too many times. And also, if you come across another streamer that also have their technical difficulties, then you can always use this emote. Banana, what have I removed? The thing that I removed, I now placed onto Better TV, and this is the sadly this one, the CSR logo. It pretty sends me to take this one out. But yeah, there are some choices that I need to make. Like the Kim Hi, everybody uses. The J-Core logo, everybody uses it. If Ayumi walks around it, like Ayumi, then everybody uses the Ayumi emote. Yeah, the Gabber Disco emote, I see that it's gonna be used. That is used in multiple channels, so that is that is out of the question to take that one out. So yeah, then I think to myself, this is the best emote that I can take off. Just switch them out for each show. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Or I need to become a partner, a Twitch partner, and then I can have more emotes. But to become a Twitch partner, I need to have at least 75 viewers on average, streaming 25 hours in a month, multiple days, and on the first try, I am not able to get the how you call it, the Twitch partner status. Jonker. So yeah, it's I actually already tried twice to get the Twitch partner status, but they send me a message and say that I need to keep doing yeah, keep going on with this. So yeah, as long as I stick around with 20 viewers, there is no chance for me to become a Twitch partner. So yeah, so this is the way that we need to do things. And otherwise, I need to put emotes under a paywall. So everybody needs to either pay 1,000 bits. And right now, if you pay 1,000 bits, you will get the... You will get the Kim Hype emotes, and if you, what was it, like 5,000 bits, then you get the Harley emotes. Yeah, people need to pay 1,000 bits to you to be able to use your Hype emote. Oh yeah, and also if you are partner status, then you can have gifts running around, and yeah. So, yeah, and for today's show, we are going to listen to J-Core Masterz Vol.10. It's a release from, from December 2011. It's from the Mob Squad Black Label MSTBL 040. The genre is electronic, and style is chiptune, happy hardcore, Gabber, dubstep, hardcore, electro, machina. There are 15 tracks on this CD, and we are going to listen to this CD. Also, it was a really good event last Saturday. Last Saturday we had Back to the Disco. Sorry, just a sec. It's quite difficult to eat with some chocolate nuts in your mouth. Yeah, so. Oh. There are nuts in my mouth. So. Yeah. So, last Saturday was Gabber Disco's Back to the Disco. It was a 10-hour event. It was 9 hours. No, we started at 4 and we ended at 1. So, we had a 9-hour event. And... yeah, it was pretty lit. It was hype, and yeah, I didn't expect this party to be so awesome, so funny, and yeah, I don't know. This is probably one of my favorite events that I've done so far. I really loved it, and once again, thank you very much to everybody who gifted subs, who cheered, who resubbed, who subbed. For the first time, and for all your gifts, thank you very much. Everything that we have made so far for on Saturday goes 100% to Gabber Disco, and yeah, I'm not keeping anything out of it because yeah, this is my way to support Gabber Disco. So yeah, I would say should we listen to the first track, if it's not a short one. So the first track is Sojo with Key Future.
J-Core.
So this was Shoujo with Hiki Future. So yeah, like I said before, we are listening to J-Core Masterz Volume number 10 today. It's I must confess, it's a CD I never heard myself. I am now looking at the track list and I don't recognize anything of it. So yeah, as most of my CDs, as you can see, it's all sealed up. You can still see the plastic wrapping and yeah. Oh, very much. So yeah, I'm going raw together with you guys today. As yeah, I really don't know what this CD is, but the first track is already really promising. What I do know is that the J-Core Masterz CDs were always pretty good. I think I own up to 10 of them. The J-Core Masterz, or maybe I missed one. Not even sure anymore. I have 480 CDs, so I have no idea if the whole collection is complete. But I think from my whole collection, either Notebook Records or Mob Squad Black Label or Matters Chickedom are the ones with the biggest stack. At least that's what I guess. So yeah, yeah. As I mentioned before, last weekend. Oh, camera is a bit. So last weekend was Gabber Disco's Back to the Disco. Was a really good event. I was really happy with it. Yeah, I hope you guys really liked the show, what we have done. Yeah, you know, as the last few times, I couldn't help myself by making more video edits for the event itself. So yeah, yeah, you know, I just need to make something special for you guys. It may seem like it, yeah, you know, it is actually a real basic video editing what I can do and had done. But every time I try something new with the videos. Let's see if I can add more stuff to it, and this is for me also yeah, some sort of learning progress by video editing. Another funny fact is that last Saturday during Back to the Disco, there was another live event going on where I had a set done for. It's for a Finnish convention, RopeCon, I think. It's I think the biggest role-playing convention from Finland, I think. So DJ Cavelli, he asked me if I can do a set for his event, and of course I did so. And for that event I played Eurobeat. So somewhere around 9 o'clock, I thought to myself, you know, let's hop over to the server or to their live stream. And to my surprise, it was my set going on at that moment. And I really thought to myself, my set was like 4 hours later. So while I had Gabber Disco on the left screen, on this screen that I have over here, with the sound on the right screen, I ghosted into their channel and just chat along with them and yeah, did some multitasking. So I was here on Gabber Disco's back to the Disco, and I was also on the other convention and just chatting with them. So yeah, a little bit funny story from my end. So yeah, how was your weekends going on? How was your week? Yeah, as for my week, I have done oh yeah, last week I had a week off from work, and this week as well. So last week I invested my time mostly in Back to the Disco by finding videos, arranging stuff, video editing. Oh, also about video editing, I don't know. I don't know if I've shown you guys. Last week, Wednesday. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. So I was really lucky enough to get this GeForce RTX 3080 for retail price, and retail price was 728 euros, I think. Oh. Dat had hij niet even redden. Nee, hij is iets korter. Sorry, just a second, guys. Yeah, because the wife wanted to. Let's see, which one? So this is. Hey, why is the camera so shaky? This isn't supposed to happen. Okay, what is wrong with my camera? Suddenly. Change the video format. Oh, there we go. So, it is. Yep. Yeah, we have some expensive stuff for Ayumi, for the princess. And where does she lie down? In a simple cardboard box. No, so I was really lucky to get the GeForce 3080 for a decent price. And yeah, you know, I really need to thank everybody that has been supporting me in the last 15 months here on Twitch, as this is the first purchase I made for myself, and this is all towards the first streaming goal. That is towards my new PC. As I mentioned already a few times, that yeah, that my PC is a real bottleneck. Huh? Oh. My PC was a real bottleneck, and thanks to a group effort with everybody on Twitch, I was able to purchase, yeah, the RTX. So once again, to everybody, thank you very much for that. Oh, power to all. Here, look. Yeah, boy. So I was actually jokingly with my friend, like when when he actually ordered it, and I told him, yeah, there's not a brick what's inside, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah, power to all. Subscribe for 11 months. Woo! Thank you very much for your resubscription. So yeah, I can confirm it's not a brick in there. So, so yeah, still need to wait a couple of months. Colonel Scramble, thank you very much for your subscription. Woo! And welcome to J-Core Live. And why is the cat lying down? Seriously? Oh, wrong screen. Okay. As I mentioned, she had a nice box, and Madame decided to lie down on the plastic bag where I needed to put my RTX in there for now. So yeah, good things coming up, and yeah, like I said, it's a group effort what you guys have been doing for the last couple of months by helping me out, yeah, by subscribing to the channel, and thanks to you guys I'm able to get the 3080. But enough about me. How was your week and weekends? So I see there's some let's see what you guys are saying here on the chat. Banana had a pretty good week, currently on vacation with a family in the far north of the Netherlands, which is why I didn't catch much of Gabadisco, and it's fun. Well, where in the far north are you? Groningen? Somewhere there, or even more north than that? One of the islands? Let's see. Colonel Scrummel, the 9-hour Mega Cheese Show Saturday was such a blast catching and the end of watching the VOD. Nice. Tom CXR had one hectic week at work and now is free all August. Oh, nice, you have vacation now? And Banana Drenthe, oh, that is, yeah, that's not that north. Still quite north though. For upcoming weekend, Sunday, it's actually my anniversary, my wedding anniversary together with Kim. So for upcoming weekend, we have booked a hotel in the Veluwe. Veluwe is a forest area in the Netherlands, and yeah, we decided to celebrate our anniversary over there for the weekend. So, oh, Kim, come over here. Watch out for the cat. Then we have flat cat. So, oh, there we go. So, are you excited for upcoming weekend?
Wait, this is the first time I probably have going anywhere, to be honest. So,
First time.
well, first time in since COVID.
Haven't gone anywhere last year then?
No,
You're seriously?
seriously.
Oh yeah. Oh, the last time that we went away was
2019.
2019. Oh yeah.
So yeah, of course I'm excited, and I really love the forest, so I really want to go and enjoy, even if it's gonna rain. I'm gonna put on my raincoat and just have fun in the rain, because seriously, I need the forest.
So yeah, that's going to be our weekend. Upcoming weekend. Let's see. Power Tool last weekend, really busy. Friday with a set on VR TV. Saturday birthday set. Sadly at the time missed Hectica, but he played an awesome up tempo. Thank you so much. Or yeah, and had a busy week at work usual. Played some friends. I'm a fat bastard in a world that is called Bob Bauer. Oh, and I shared a fun Sims video that Kimbine liked a lot. Nice. Oh, and Power to also play Mortal Kombat up-tempo track that even exists.
Hey, was that the video of the guys dancing the Sims? Dancing parts? Because that was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. I was just looking at the video. I was like, yep, I recognize those moves. You're like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, I am here like, what are they talking about? It's like the Star Trek. I don't even know what what you guys are talking about. And Glitchy, thank you very much for the 30-month subs. Woo! So yeah, I'll say let's go over to 2 tracks, and then we are going to invite D-Luc-D. In case you don't know who D-Luc-D is, he's an awesome DJ that I have known for several years right now. Even though that we never really have spoken that much in the past, now this is for me also a good moment to learn who is the person behind D-Luc-D. So we have 2 tracks upcoming. The first one is free R2 with some...
I look buff. Look at my arm.
Let's see, what is the title? Oh, and Jackson is here, of course, with the translation. Umido ikadol makinadol. And then we switch over to Filthy with Pokute. Shit. So that was 2 tracks. The first track was, okay, I need to go back up again. It was Umidol Ikadol Makinadol. And then we switch over to Filthy with Pokote. Pokute. Yeah. So, yeah. Before we are going to do the interview, I want to say thank you to DJ Candycore for making my cat fat again. And Candycore also redeemed this one.
Oh, what time is it? It's J-Core Lifetime. I'm here today to tell you about. Just listen. I've got this. If we all just have a listen right now, I think you'll just agree. Look, this is it. This is some good quality J-Core. This isn't some bread and cheese we've slapped on a plate. This is the real stuff. There's only one J-Core, and it's right here, right now, in this box. There's J-Core Life. J-Core Life's in the park.
Really, these ads always
There it is. There it is. Yeah, currently no sign of J-Core. I think we've got about 3 days worth of provisions. We haven't got any weapons.
Yeah. So you ready? So, to everybody out there, I want to introduce you guys. Wait, before I do that, where is the camera? There we go. So yeah, we are having an interview today with D-Luc-D. Everybody give up for D-Luc-D! So, gotta switch cameras again. So yeah, first of all, thank you very much for joining into today's show and also making time for an interview. It was actually thanks to Brainy who suggested me to get you on the show for today. So Brainy, this one goes out to you. And yeah, D-Luc-D. I have known you for several years right now. Yeah, I just mentioned to you is that even though that I know you already for so many years, I know you were there. We never actually have spoken to each other or exchanged any messages. So you know that's the first time for everything. And yeah, I'm really honored for you to come into today's show. So yeah, for the people that doesn't know who D-Luc-D is, yeah. Tell us something about yourself. Who is D-Luc-D? What does he do? And what's your social security number?
Hey. Well, yeah, I'm Dan. I've been when did I start DJing J-Core? I mean, I got into it about 2011, the whole J-Core thing. But I think I started really doing the DJing thing actually, I uploaded my first mix New Year's Eve 2011, I remember now. So that's how long I've been on it. In that time, what have I done? Yeah, I run, well, sort of, I'd say it comes and goes. I run a label called Tuitsu Recordings, which I'd say more of the time now it's a lot of like anime bootlegs, sort of stuff. I've got a series on there called Anicore. Yeah, and what else? Like, in that time, D-Tor will be in the chat now. Actually, if he's still here, he used to manage a show called Ramen Break, which we had on. It started on di.fm when they had I think they still got the hardcore channel. I don't know if they still use it, but yeah, we had a show on there called Ramen Break. That was going for quite a while. It started off as a thing. I don't know if you know. Do you know Dojin Dance?
I definitely heard of Dojin Dance.
Yeah, so the guy who ran that, Weeabooya, Hold Tight James, he and some other Aussie guys and then D-Tor were part of the original roster, and then they ended up not carrying on with it, but D-Tor wanted to carry on with it. So I helped him out with that. We also got a bit of help from Shimotsuke when she was still in the scene. And yeah, so what else have I done in the meantime? Yeah, that and yeah, I've just kind of been about really doing the odd release here and there, doing the odd like mix and for like stream events and whatnot. And I'd say now as well, I've been involved a bit with baseline. Don't know if you're that familiar with like the UK baseline scene or anything, but I've been a bit involved with that. Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Nice. So this also mean you also almost have your 10-year anniversary. It's coming up in a few months.
Yeah, it's mad. It does not feel that long. Like, yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, 10 years.
Yeah, I can guess because last year in September, I think it was in September, I had my 15-year DJ anniversary. So I do know that while some things doesn't seem that long, it is long. So, you know, 10 years is a huge achievement. So, but yeah, you still active within the J-Core scene, or are you a little bit more down low?
I've tried being as involved as I can. I had a bit of a dip, I'd say like 2016, probably purely, well, it was actually two reasons. I kind of didn't have as much interest in what was coming out at the time. I mean, I still bought CDs and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, especially at that point, I was getting a bit bored of stuff because I dabble in UK hardcore as well. I was getting a bit bored of that, and then a bit bored of the Japanese scene as well in some parts of it. And then I also had a lot of exams going on, like my A levels and whatnot. So yeah, I'm still about. Yeah, like I say, I feel like there's actually been more kind of stream events going on. I don't know if you'll probably remember in like 2013 we had stream events every month at least.
Yep.
Because there was like that's pretty much how I built up a reputation, if you want to call it that. Because there was Power to All doing the Animix events.
Yep.
And then you were doing Warp Zone as well.
Yep.
And
we also had
what else
All-Core.
is there? Yeah, Brain Shit as well did. Well, it was Brain Shit and Meru Meru doing the J-Core Invasion events. They were sick as well. I think that was did one of my first live sets, streaming it online.
Oh, and I also remember my Somo PBL. She also did an event.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not like a massive. I wouldn't say I'm a massive anime guy, but yeah, it was like a tribute event to Ayase Chihaya. And it was those were always. I always thought those were sick because they were. Obviously, like, I'd say when I started not liking as much of the sort of UK hardcore sounding J-Core, I was still on like the hard tech stuff, and those lineups were always sick because you had like Lollipo, Hellblender, Satan was on a few of them as well.
Yeah, no, I do know that my Somo PBL, she really liked the harder styles, and I usually when I play there as well, I always play the harder stuff as well. So yeah, that was a good event.
Yeah, it was always a good excuse to just whip out a load of over 200 BPM stuff for me because I'd say most of my sets back then were more. I played a lot of like I don't know if you know like A Remix Nation. I was playing a lot of that, playing a lot of BL records and stuff. So it was always good to just whip out like on 10 bar stare or them, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So, it's really funny if you think what we have done in the past. Like you said that every month we had a J-Core event. Like within J-Core, the J-Core line, we all ran the show together. As every month you had a J-Core event, and if you compare to now, like last weekend, there are like several events going on together. And back in the day, yeah, there were only a few, so that was really cool.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people as well, when COVID hit, were like, oh, let's do this cool, fun new thing where we do virtual events, and it's like having a festival but on your PC, and it's just like, yeah, we were doing that. We were doing that for years.
Yeah. So it's really funny to see like the nerds, because that's technically what we are. We did it first. So
Yeah, I mean, it's in fairness, it's good. I think it's good that it's had a bit of a revival because I'd say the only thing I can remember that was in the meantime that was going on was I know there was real J-Core hours. There's a guy from Canada who's involved with what was J-Core.eu called P. I think it was meant to be linked to the same thing. That was the only one I remember, like, in between, I don't know. I think I did a mix for one in 2017. And yeah, other than that, I don't really remember a lot of events going on. So it's good that they're back now.
yeah, definitely, that's for sure. But yeah, before J-Core, what is your musical preference back then? Like when you were young, let's say like 5, 6, or 8 years old. What kind of music did you listen back then? What was your vibe to go? And up to the moment, yeah, okay. Let's talk about this first.
Yeah, so when I was younger, like to be honest, I wasn't really like super into electronic stuff yet. I'd say I enjoyed it, but I wasn't, huge on it yet. I didn't really know a lot about it. So I was pretty basic. I was listening to just, like pop music at the time, bit of Neo, bit of Fergie, them kind of things. And I'd say I was enjoying dance music then, but I only really knew about like Cascada and Bass Hunter and stuff. And then I'd say I can't remember if I was 10 or 11. I just remember it sounds so like obvious, but there was Clubland TV. And then I remember turning it on, and then I saw caramel dancing.
It was actually on TV.
And then I was, yeah, they used to put it on. I don't know why, but they used to put it on Clubland TV, and I just saw it the first time. I was like, "What the hell is this?" But then the beat came, and I was like, "Yo!" Yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, I was just like listening to that a lot. But most of the stuff on Clubland TV was like Ultra Beat. Darren Styles. I'm trying to remember what else was on it, to be honest. Like, who else was like a main Clubland name? Well, I'd say through that I basically got into the normal Clubland series, like without not the hardcore series. Kind of progressed onto that later on a little bit. But yeah, I was into like all of that kind of. I don't know if you can call it hands up, because it's not quite, it's sort of like a Euro dancing, I guess. But yeah, stuff like Hypersonic, rest in peace, Ultra Beat, there's a good artist called Frisco that was on them a lot as well. And so yeah, I was just pretty much, once I got into the Clubland stuff, I was just hooked on it. And then I wouldn't listen to anything else. Yeah, Scouse House as well, yeah. Because I feel like Scouse House is I've just noticed Josh putting it in the chat. It's a term I still kind of don't really know. Like, I know I use it to talk about donk sometimes, but there's other stuff that isn't sort of donk necessarily.
Yeah.
But I guess it all kind of comes under Scouse House. So yeah, that was my main thing. And then I think, yeah, I just gradually got more into harder, faster stuff. I bought Hardcore Till I Die 2.
Yeah.
It was a mix CD by Recon and Squaddy. And that is probably where everything. I was like 11, 12. I just would not listen to anything other than hardcore at the time. And then through that, I started listening to Kotski on Radio 1, and then one day he played Tokyo Hardcore Music All Night Long by DJ Shimamura. I was like, oh, okay, quite cool. And then I think it was that year as well, DJ Shimamura started getting a bit more attention from the UK scene. He was featured on a Rebuild Music compilation. I think that was Die Another Day, that one.
It's the second album, I think, right? From them?
I think it was the third one. They had two
third
Freeform ones before that, and then that was the third one. But yeah, that's ages ago now. They're really rare, those CDs now. But yeah, I'd say.
By the way, from the Rebuild Music, I have all of them except for the second one and the last one, I think.
I've got all of them apart from the first one. So, and I'm probably never filling that gap in my collection, because that CD, it's mad to think that CD is like there's 150 of them, I think, and they're all, printed by Thumper, because he wasn't getting them pressed at that point. And now I don't even know how much. It'd definitely be over 50. It'd probably be between 50 and 100 quid, that CD, I'd imagine.
It's really rare.
Obviously, Discogs is hard to tell, because there's a lot of people like putting very extortionate prices on some of the J-Core CDs on there, and I know they're not worth that, because you can get a lot of them on you can buy them cheaper from the artist sometimes, and they're selling second-hand copies. But yeah, so yeah, I got into DJ Shimamura from there, and I was just kind of curious to explore a bit more, and then I found his album Tracks on YouTube. I started listening to the preview, and it blew my mind, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and then I had to buy that, and then so that was my first ever J-Core CD, Tracks by DJ Shimamura. And yeah, I kind of just I'd kind of got into the whole hardcore syndrome sort of stuff, because that was the kind of stuff you could actually find. There were certain things you couldn't find on YouTube then, because they just get taken down. There was a lot of
yeah, I remember that
bastard pop terrorists and stuff. It'd be on there sometimes, but it'd end up getting taken down a lot, probably because of the copyrighted content. But yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, so then I was listening to a lot of MPT, Mob Squad Tokyo, Extreme Hard. What else was there? Shot music as well. I love the shot music compilations. I don't know if you've heard of the Super Shot.
Shot music. Oh, that's something I don't even know about. What is shot music?
You're gonna have to check them out. Some of my favorite tunes on there are also by Jack Azid as well. But yeah, there's tunes on there. Shimamura's on them. They were they had hardcore on them, but they were a mix of everything. Course K did some garage and housey bits for it, and then there was Sharpnel tunes, sampling masters as well. Yeah, they're all remixes of Eroge, basically. Yeah, I feel like some people. I remember some people being a bit like, shot music. I don't know why, but because I thought all the tunes are sick on it. But yeah, that, and then what else was I listening to at the time? I'd say, that kind of, when there wasn't as much of the kind of mob squad and bastard pop terrorist stuff, I kind of started falling out of it a bit, because a lot of the Japanese artists were, it sounded a bit more like what they were doing in the UK, which I respect. It just wasn't really to my taste at the time. So then I got more into lolly style gabbers, and just random bits. If I was getting CDs from M3, it'd be a bit of everything. There's a circle called Hisui Chadsuke, which is sort of like a chiptune soundtrack sort of label.
Yeah.
They're sick. And then yeah, I'd say J-Core as well helped me. As I say, I was only listening to hardcore at one point because I was so close-minded. And J-Core opened me up to a lot of stuff, because say even J-Core Masterz, it wasn't actually all J-Core. There was, I used to hate dubstep, used to absolutely hate it. If anyone told me, "Oh, listen to this track," I was just like, "No, ew, no." And then 3D Now was on one of them, and I was like, "Oh, actually, I'm kind of enjoying this." It got me into like house.
3D Now,
trance.
Okay, the same goes for me. I also didn't really like dubstep until I heard 3D Now.
Yeah, it's weird because the first time I heard that stuff, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not sure this is for me," you know. But then gradually, I was just like, it's actually pretty sick. He had a very unique sound as well. You knew it was him.
So yeah, nice. So that is a good introduction. Because like what the Brainy just said, normally, especially people from around our generation, the way that we know Sharpno is through either with anime remixes of anime music, or we went to conventions and we heard something like that with Stepmania. But it all comes back that we know J-Core because of DJ Sharpno. So it's really refreshing to hear that someone from your generation, you came in actually through television, because an UK hardcore DJ, he played Shimamura, and from Shimamura you did your research. So it's really awesome to hear how life could be.
I caught on to the Sharpnel stuff quite late, I'd say. So there's people like. Is he called Nullifidium? Tristan, his name's Tristan, isn't he? I know he's a crazy collector. Yeah. And it makes me feel bad because I think I've got 2 Sharpnel Sound CDs, and it was the Otaku Speed Vibe one, and then he did one with 204, and they were towards the end of the Sharpnel Sound like original run. So I don't have a lot of the original Sharpnel stuff, and I kind of regret it now because there's some really good stuff on there. And now those CDs, I know some of them go for a lot of money. But,
definitely. Damn. So I would say, should we do a little break and play 2 more tracks, and then we continue with the interview?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the 2 tracks that we're going to play. The first one is Ozigiri. Jack is it. Can you help me out?
Yeah, he's gonna need to help.
Well,
I'm gonna give it a go. No, I'm not even gonna try it. Not when I'm live. Not when I'm streaming live, because I don't want to make an idiot of myself. But
okay.
Yeah, this tune's a funny one. It's blasts your ears, and then there's a nice little surprise at the end.
Yeah, this is what Ozigiri usually do. So, so the first track is Ozigiri with Holy Night, and then we switch over to what's the name? Odax Lagdinia. With Nyan Paya. So Jesus, I really need glasses for this. Nyan Paya Taikor featuring Neodash. Oh, really bad pronunciation. Sorry, guys.
しまった。なんだ。オリを呼び出したのなど。またかけりゃいい。いや、きっと感覚すぐ収まるさ。さあどうか。言ったろう。強情っぱりなんだ。
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
ヴァンパイアは自らの血を子猫に与えました。
And we're back together with D-Luc-D. So we just had Holy Night from Ozigiri, and then from Odax Legnia with Nyanpia J-Core featuring Nirosha. So yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you very much to I'm the Banana for redeeming his VIP 2 status. So it will be simplified. So if you want to get your character on the Sims, what Kim will be building, please send a picture to her. Yeah, or just DM her your picture, and then she will do something for you guys. Candycore, you said German was easier than Dutch, but how do you say... What the hell?
Yo, what does that say?
Let's see, what is this? Rindfleisch Skettierungsüberwachung auf Gaupner. Jesus Christ. I am not even going there anymore.
It's not meant to, yeah.
So, power to all, if there's a VIP free coming up, I will need to do something. That's for another time. So, yeah, we are still listening to the CD called J-Core Masterz Vol.10. And we also have an interview with D-Luc-D, aka Dan. Yeah, and you were actually the one who suggested this CD. Give us a story. Why have you chose this CD?
It's one of, like, it wasn't like one of my first, but it was definitely in the first like 10 or so CDs that I got. I used to bump this all the time. Yeah, I've got a lot of good things to say about this one. Shoujo, the tune slaps. I would have bought it for that one alone. In fact, I pretty much did, because I actually hadn't. I think when I wanted it, I hadn't heard any of the other tunes, and I basically was like, yeah, I need that tune. But yeah, I love how. I mean, it was a thing with all the J-Core masters. Really, they all had they had a massive mix of different stuff. Like on this, you know, regular sort of J-Core, and you've got Makina, Grindcore. In fact, there's quite a bit of Makina on this one. There's a bit of Donk on it. The DJ Schwarzenegger tune. That it's a funny one, to say the least. But yeah, it was also my first J-Core Masterz CD. It's just top notch, and also the art on these was always amazing. I actually, her name was Arusu Oto, and I got her to do the first two Well, I had a mini series on my label, which was just it was just called the 3-2 compilation, and I got her to do the artwork for both of those. Yeah, she's an amazing illustrator. But yeah, it's a top-notch CD. And also, I just remembered I told you I was going to show you this as well. One of the first things, I also got Bastard Pop Terrorist Vol.13 very early on, and I got this with it out of nowhere. Was not expecting it at all. I used to listen to this a lot as well.
Snap.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I definitely remember that one. Oh, by the way.
Yeah. I used to listen to it a lot.
I actually have it here by hand. Okay, it's sadly that my camera is mirrored, because Discord makes it mirrored for me, but this is actually, you guys that doesn't know, this is mixed by DJ Schwarzenegger and me. It's an official release, so... Okay, I didn't expect you to have that CD as well, so yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I knew anything about it. I just, one day, the package, I think I got that in... What year are we in now? I got that 8 years ago, I think, and it just came through the post. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a free release.
And it was a good pair of mixes as well. So yeah, I was chuffed for that.
Yeah, I was actually really happy to do a mix for them. It's a real honor to do something for official J-Core stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah, didn't you? Didn't you do another mix CD for them as well? Another. It was. I feel like it was more like a full design and whatnot. Is it? I'm trying to remember the name.
I don't
Extreme
have
Digital Warfare or something.
Yeah, I don't have it by. But yeah, back in 2000 and what was it, 10? I think. I actually told M Project that it was a dream of mine to do something with J-Core or be in one of those releases, and I actually sent him a demo, but he never responded back to my demo, so I never really got a feedback about is it good, is it not good. And then suddenly he came up to me and said, "Yeah, you want to do a mix?" And I say, "Oh yeah, hell yes, let's go." But
That's sick.
But I was more of a fan of Matters Chickendom, and my real wish is to appear on Matters Chickendom. But I know that Matters Chickendom is also run by him together with MIDI. So I asked him, am I allowed to use those tracks as well together with Moscow Tokyo? He agreed. So yeah, for me that was pretty much open house and just do stuff from from the Matters Chickendom and also for the Mob Squad Black Label. Yeah, I really loved that mix. It was a real dream come true.
It's cool. Yeah, I didn't manage to get my hands on that one, but yeah, if it's anything like Fuck to the Future, which also great name as well. Who decided on the name?
Not me. It was I think it was DJ Schwarzenegger himself, aka
Yeah,
BD.
to be honest, it goes with the DJ Schwarzenegger vibe, really.
No, but with this release, M Project, was it M Project or was it actually MIDI that asked me? I think it was M Project because MIDI's English wasn't that good back then. So he asked me if I wanted to do another mix, but only with Moscow Tokyo stuff. So I did. So yeah, it was it was really fun to do that, and that was pretty much the only 2 times that I was able to do something for a J-Core label.
But to be fair, like when you think about it, it's pretty rare to think. The only other person that's done stuff like this is probably No-Chin. I know No-Chin did a J-Core Megamix CD, and I know they had DJ Sharpnel mixing the last J-Core Masterz CD because they did a best of. So it's quite rare. They you know, like that's it's definitely something to show the kids.
Yeah. Now you mention it, it is kind of rare indeed. I know that Awesome, he also did something for Mob Squad back then. But I don't know if it's a real release or not. From my point of view, and now you say that is rare, it is pretty rare. Especially if it's an official release. Actually, are there even mix CDs on Mob Squad Black Label?
Well, it is pretty much the two you've done, the one that No-Chin did, and I think that's probably they might actually. There were a few that were like, not Mob Squad, but I know Tano-c had one for Extreme. They had a few mix CDs on Extreme Hard. I know Tano-c did one.
Yeah, Extreme Hard they have mix CDs. That's they have on the Day of Hardcore, definitely.
Yeah, they had like the odd mix CD. Like they did one which was, it was mixed by I think M Project, DJ Bug, and DJ Shimamura, and it was just all like next generation records, you know, like Brisk and Ham. And then they did that. They did one for they did a Thin and Crispy mix as well. And then other than that, they had the Extreme Hard Experience. I never actually had any of those CDs, but it was just like a few mixes on one CD.
Yeah,
and then, as you
those
say,
CDs I know.
The free Day of Hardcore ones as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and also back in the day, C-Type, he also did mix CDs. Oh, always unlisted.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I don't really know a lot about those. I know I saw them on J-Core.biz all the time, and there was like another volume 30 something and be like, I don't know what that is, but okay.
Yeah, for me, C-Type, he's a real, one of my favorite artists, because the reason why he is one of my favorite artists, he was one of the few Japanese artists that actually play Western stuff. And the stuff what he played is like what we probably know from Speed Freak. Played a lot of terror stuff, old school Frenchcore stuff, and yeah, just the stuff that I hear here in the Netherlands, and also some from the harder UK hardcore, industrial hardcore stuff, like Hellfish and those kind of artists. That kind of music he put on those mixes, and that was the Inoue Madnesses.
Yeah, I feel like that's a trend actually with a lot of like the mix CDs that Japanese DJs did, was instead of it focusing on what they would do, like I say, they had High Octane Freaks on Extreme Hard, which was all Next Generation. I feel like that is a thing where they tend to not just stay within their own bubble, which is quite cool. But yeah.
And Brainy said the best mix CDs are Shot Bass Idiots, and I must agree, those mixes are really fire. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
That's another one. I know it's Wild Party and Usao, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had any of them, but yeah. I mean, if I manage to find some, some hidden copies somewhere on the internet, I might have to check them out. So,
okay, J-Core. Have you ever also been... Oh, no, okay, wait. So, J-Core Masterz was your first... Hey. Dan? Did you left? Oh yeah, he mentioned that his internet wasn't really that stable. Oh?
Here.
Oh, you're there.
What's going on? I don't. You know what? That actually wasn't my internet for once. Discord just decided to close. I don't know what just happened.
Damn Discord. So yeah, as I tried to say before, J-Core Masterz Volume number 10. That was your first J-Core Masterz CD. But how did you manage to buy your first J-Core CD? Do you have? Do you have a story about that?
The first one was on it was on Amazon Japan because it was just easier to get, but flipping hell, the shipping on there was so expensive at one point. It cost way more than the CD itself. And then after that, obviously, I think everyone from back then knows the place to go was Groovy/J-Core.biz. Yeah, because they had it was pretty much the only place when you think about it. I really wanted to visit it as well, like in person, but it closed literally the month before I went to Tokyo.
No.
So yeah, bit gutted. It was a shame as well because they actually is another thing. I've got a nice copy with a cracked case here, but I managed to get this in stock at Groovy. This is the one and only CD that I did on my label. It's called Tempo Tantrum. Yeah, at one point, I remember it was on the shelves, and then Thumper he tweeted me. He was like, "Yeah, I saw your CD on the shelf." I was like, "Oh, this is sick." But yeah, I really wanted to visit Groovy. But yeah, and so that was pretty much the only place at the time you could get them from. Then there was stuff that I couldn't get off there because it was like event exclusive stuff. This is kind of I don't know if you've heard of Vivid Hardcore, or Lilium Records was actually kind of hard to get hold of at one point as well. So any of that kind of stuff. There was a guy, what was he called? There was a guy on YouTube called Kogasa45, and he put me in contact with a guy called Nathan in Japan, who was he's always helped me out with getting stuff from events. So shout out him, top geezer. I met him while I was in Japan as well. So that was how I got rare stuff. And then these days, it's like, obviously there's Diverse Direct. There's a guy I used to get a lot of stuff from as well, who He's from the UK. I don't know if he's as involved with the scene anymore, but his name's Josh. I think his name's like Blaine on Discogs. Yeah, bass Nathan. He's a legend. But yeah, I bought quite a bit of stuff off him because he used to buy loads, and then he put a lot of it on Discogs, and that's how I got this. Actually, I think I got that off him.
Okay.
In 2012. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much just been I've got a lot of stuff direct from event. I say direct from events, i.e. someone getting it for me. It's either been that or Speed Beats. But yeah, that's kind of how I've got most of my stuff. And now I've amassed way too many, as I mentioned to you earlier. Don't think I didn't mention it when we weren't muted. I'm coming up to, it's not all J-Core, but I'm coming up to about 700 CDs. I needed to slow down dramatically, and I did. I think I stopped really buying them probably like 3 years ago, not because I was too conscious of it. It just ended up happening. But yeah,
Is it getting expensive?
I mean, it was quite expensive, to be honest. Yeah, and now I spend my money on other stupid stuff like trainers all the time. I've got like 11 pairs of trainers now or something. But yeah, to be honest, I've never actually sold any of my CDs. I probably should do, because they take up a lot of space, and I mean, I've got the rips of all of them, so you know, like, I probably should get rid of them. But I'm also too, like, once you've got a nice collection of stuff, you just don't want to get rid of it, because then I can say, oh, I've got all of this series, or, you know, like,
Bragging rights.
I think, to be fair, I think the only complete series I have is the JMBS singles collection. I think that's the only like complete set I have. I'd be close to getting all the Lully Style Gabbers, but I'm missing the first one, and I'm missing like the bonus stuff as well. I think actually there's probably a couple I'm missing now, because I just thought I'm going to give up on this, because you can get a bit too carried away with trying to fill every gap. But yeah.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I definitely know the feeling. But do you also use like proxy services back then?
Yeah, so that, like I say, it was it's a guy called Nathan who there was this forum a while ago. I don't know if it's still active, but it was called Maidens of the Kaleidoscope, I think. Was that the name of it? Or it was called that, or Shrine Maiden, and he used to provide a service to people on there. It was a forum for like Toho arranged music, I think, and he used to buy stuff from events for pretty much anyone on there. But then I think I know he stopped doing it when COVID happened, because for obvious reasons. But yeah, like yeah, a lot of people ended up catching on to that. So he used to get a bit too busy with it, I think. But yeah, respect to him as well, because he took time that he didn't have to give to other people to help the culture. So that's a top guy.
J-Core is life.
Actually, it's funny you say about proxy services. I am actually waiting on. I managed to figure out how to buy stuff from Saruga. Yeah, I don't know if you've used that site before. It's like a second-hand. They sell lots of different stuff second-hand, but they've got a big CD collection as well. So I've got that sent to a warehouse in Tenso, which forwards stuff to other countries because they don't ship to the UK. But I managed to figure it out, even though it was written in Japanese.
I actually used Suragaya for the first time a few weeks ago. And before then, I used another kind of service. I don't know if it was Rakuten or was another service. But I usually never use that service. I only buy the newer CDs and never really bothered buying the older CDs. The older CDs.
Yeah, I think it's better if you want to, like, if there's stuff you really cannot find anywhere, like trying to think what kind of rare stuff I got on it. Yeah, like I say, some of the JMBS stuff I had to get from there. There was a label called Rien's Recording as well, and they had a CD called Hardcore Bassline, and I could not find that anywhere for the life of me. And then I, it just randomly popped up on the website. I was like, I need to get that. But yeah, so I'm waiting on a couple bits actually, couple old bits. But yeah,
Nice. So, should we play some more tracks again and then continue with the interview again?
yeah, sure. Let's see what we got next.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. See, we got these are the next 2 tunes. Are we doing one or 2?
Let's see what time is it. Let's do 2.
Cool. Yeah, these tunes. This Guchon one, it's crazy. Like, it's a lot going on, but yeah, it's a banger. And then Black Ace doing Makina as well. He always made really good Makina stuff. Nice bootleg of Connect by Claris.
Yeah.
A lot of people know that tune. So yeah.
So I'm excited to hear these kind of tracks. So the first track is going to be Guchon with Supermarket Memories 2, and then we switch over to Black Ace, Fast Connection.
I do wonder what happened to the first.
した約束忘れないよ目を閉じ確かめる押し寄せた闇振り放って進むよあなたは自分の人生尊いと思う家族や友達を大切にして私を大切いつになったなくした未来を私ここでまた見ることできるの溢れ出した不安の影を何度でも咲いてこの世界歩んで
私を呼んだの？そうだよ、要まどか、それと力さやか。なんで私たちの名前を？僕、君たちにお願いがあって来たんだ。お願い？僕と契約して魔法少女になってほしいんだ。
壊れた世界でさまよって私は引き寄せられるよ
So yeah, those were 3 tracks. We started with Guchon with Supermarket Memories #2. Then we shifted over to Black Ace, Fast Connection, and then we added a third number called Kisei with the Never Ending Story. So, and now we're back again with D-Luc-D, aka Dan. Yeah, you just mentioned that you also have a record label. At least you did something with a record label in the past. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so it's called Toitsu Recordings. I started it in beginning of 2013. In fact, it was New Year's Day 2013 when we did our first EP. And the reason for doing it was basically, I was like, I just want to, contribute something, basically. The first EP was like very different to what we ended up releasing. It was just kind of what I could get together at that time. So there was a lot of weird kind of like breakcore and dancecore kind of stuff on it. Yeah, and then it became when we had more and more releases, it was the next compilation after that was like a blend of UK hardcore and J-Core, some kind of anime bootlegs as well, and then what happened after? Yeah, there was a couple EPs, like artist EPs on it as well, and then the main attraction, if you want to call it that, of the label was the M-Neko series, which, I mean, to be fair, it's not the most original idea. There's lots of labels that have done anime bootlegs before. Obviously, there's A Remix Nation on 4U Sounds, and then BL Records was also doing, what were they called? Ota Straight Line. But yeah, it was just because I was big on I've never been like a huge anime guy. Like, I enjoy it, but I tend not to find the time to really get into it. But I've always loved the music. And I just thought, yeah, it'd be cool to organise one of these, and then I can get some artists that people know about on it, as well as, people that the scene wasn't as familiar with. So the first volume of that it had people that probably a lot of people would have known about. So we had 3R2 on that one. We had Sakus and Louis, who were both on A Remix Nation a lot. Frieza was on it. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted some kind of different, for the time it was different stuff. There were artists on there that hadn't really done a lot of anime bootleg kind of stuff. And I thought it'd be cool to get them on there. So there was like Peru, who makes progressive house. He's from Japan. And Anubas, who was making hard trance sort of stuff at the time and freeform. And he mainly makes hard style at the moment. But back then he was doing a lot of hard trance. And then I'm trying to remember who else was on. I should probably have a look at this, actually. This one isn't on the Bandcamp at the moment because I don't have the all the tunes in WAV. But yeah, the two guys who were kind of label members who were on it. There's Charger, who he was like one of the OG guys. He unfortunately passed away 7 years ago now. But okay. I used to talk to him a lot, and he did a lot for the label. And then Aethrol, who I think you might have heard of Aethrol. He's doing a lot at the moment. Actually, he's had a couple tunes on Megarex. But yeah, so some of the artists on here didn't really get that much attention yet. Salele was quite. Not a lot of people knew about him. He's quite big now as well. Momura and Epsilon, they weren't too well known at the time, but they've all kind of Epsilon and Salele, yeah, they've ended up well, they ended up on A Remix Nation, which I'd say was obviously a bit more well known, kind of a step up, to be fair. But yeah, it was just kind of about getting some smaller names alongside some more typical J-Core names, and then what else did we do? I wanted to make it a mix of everything on the label, really. So it was called Anicore, but obviously there was like house and drum and bass and hard trance and hard style on it as well. And that series is still, I class it as it's still going. I'm probably going to do another one, a 6th volume. The 5th one I did last year just because it'd been 3 years since the one before that, and I just, it was during lockdown and whatnot, and I just thought the people need anime bangers, basically.
True.
So yeah, other than that, yeah, it's pretty much all been free releases, and I've tried to have a concept behind most of them, I'd say. There was one EP which was like basically Hell Fury wanted me to get a load of guys together to do a remix of some Mirai Nikki meme. So it was a Yuki 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 remix EP. Had Roundwave Crusher and Richita and Totsmal on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that, and then we had a bass music compilation. Just anything wobbly, basically. Had anything in the range of 200 BPM, like 200 to 299, basically. There was a compilation for that. And yeah, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, so that was basically it. And then, actually, I've just seen who's asking. Brain shit, Anicore 6 when? To be honest, I don't know yet. I could start organising it now if I wanted to, but I don't know. I have to mentally commit myself, because I need to think like I need to get art together for it. I need to think about who I want on it, which sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds. Just picking artists, because I want to make it different every time. There's obviously some guys that have come back every time. Who I think it's cool to have some regulars, but I like to have it a little bit fresh as well. So yeah, I'll probably start organising it at some point in the next few months, I'd imagine. I want to do another tune for that as well, because I had my first hardcore bootleg I released on the last edition. So I'd like to do another one for that as well. But yeah, and then aside from the free releases, as I showed you before, this one's all cracked, so I should probably be careful with it. But this is Tempo Tantrum. This was in 2014, so it's quite old now. But the idea with it, I don't know, it's probably going to be reflected or mirrored or whatever. But it's basically, the first disc was anything below 170, and then the second disc will be anything above 170.
Okay, on the below 170, what is the slowest? And on above 170, what is the fastest?
Okay, so to be honest, I can't give you a solid answer purely because the slowest tune isn't actually, it's ambient and doesn't really have, I wouldn't be able to tell you how fast it's meant to be. Aside from that, the slowest was probably Peru's track Sagiri, which is a progressive house tune. I think it was about 124 BPM. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's a tune on here by Cabario, which is probably, I'm trying to think, how much would that be? I think it was probably 340 BPM, something around there. So nice. I was really obsessed with having a range. I think it was also kind of fresh off when you did the Warp Zone freestyle events, and I know you were doing freestyle mixes, and then DJ Kentai and Ahosan were doing them as well. And I was just like, yeah, you know, it's really, I just wanted to do sets at the time that would, you know, they'd start off with a glitch hop tune, the next tune would be speedcore, and then I'd just be going all over the shop with tempos. It was just a bit of fun. So this one, there's literally, I tried to put as many genres on it as I could. There's hard trance, there's donk, dubstep, hands up, glitch hop, chiptune. There's a Bokusatsu Shoujo Kobo tune on here. Bit of juke, trance, hard style house, uplifting trance, ambient, and then on the faster disc, it was mostly like there's like a sort of drum and bassy tune on it, and then the rest is like freeform hardcore, a bit of Frenchcore and gabba and whatnot, and the one speedcore tune at the end. So I was basically.
It really sounds like an interesting CD, actually.
Yeah, it probably sounds like it doesn't work. Like even when I submitted, when I submitted it to Discogs, I remember getting a notification saying from the staff. It wasn't like a bot. It was like one of Discog's staff saying there are way too many genres on here, way too many styles on here. You need to remove some of them. And I was like, well, I'll try and remove some, but it's kind of difficult because I made it so that I had as many genres as I could on it. So, yeah.
So in the end, did it got accepted or?
Oh yeah, it got accepted. I just think, to be honest, I think they forgot about, checking it over for the amount of styles I put through. But to be honest, there's nothing they could really do about it because it genuinely has, all these styles on it. So they can't tell me no because it's just how it is.
Do you still have CDs lying around or not?
Oh yeah, I've still got a few. To be honest, I think I'm not sure how many. Probably about 20. So feel free to buy one if anyone wants to buy one. Because I might, to be honest, I might try and I should really try and shift them because they're all this.
So yeah, then
10 years old now.
Well, then I'll say put up your link on Twitch so people can buy the release.
I'm gonna do that. The link is being posted now, so if anyone's interested in that, you won't find something. You will find something you like. Like there's literally everything on it. Some of the artists on it: Pocketan, Round Wave Crusher, Cabario, Hyphen when he went under Ledoson, Zio's on it, Aethral, Hearst, Rex Buron, Guchon, Bokusatsu Shoujo Kobo, Nizikawa as well. I know Brain Shit loves Nizikawa. There's a lot of there's more on there as well. Like some artists that I thought would stick out because they weren't. Like there's a guy on here who, funnily enough, he used to make donk at the time. He's called DJ Ransom. He is now doing massive stuff in drum and bass. Him and his brother are signed to Ram Records, which anyone who knows about drum and bass it's pretty big. So it's cool seeing what people have what he's gotten up to. But yeah, there's a lot of artists on here that I just wanted to give a bit of shine as well, alongside names that people knew about.
Oh, it's really pity that Bandcamp actually kicked me off. I was just wanted to buy the CD in secret. So I need to log in because I am going to buy the CD right now.
Oh, you legend! That'll be the first copy I've sold in a while.
If I actually know what my password is.
Let's have a look. Oh yes, thank you very much.
So yeah, even though it is an older CD, I sometimes I try to help the little guy out.
And I am a little guy.
So yeah, it is expensive shipping, but on the other hand, if I need to ship a CD out from the Netherlands as well, I know that the cost is about the same. So postal service is sadly not that that cheap. So So yeah,
it's just if you want it to get there in one piece. Well, I say one piece. It's more just you. If you want it to actually get there, then it's kind of what you have to do. But yeah.
So yeah, I'll see when the CD comes out. Maybe we can do another show with you around, and then we listen to the CD with your narrating in the background.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a long one to get through because obviously it is double disc, but I'll be down for that at some point.
Oh, but we're going to do that in 2 shows.
Well, I'm up for it.
So everybody, you heard it here first. Should we go to... No, yeah, okay, let's do 2 more tracks. So... Oh, okay. So the next track is Rough Sketch with the Joker, the Machina edit. I am a big Rough Sketch fan, but I never knew there was a Machina edit for it.
Yeah, the weird thing about this is, at the time, I wasn't too sure it was actually his edit of the tune, because I feel like I remember scrolling down SoundCloud. I don't know how I found it, but I saw someone had uploaded this track, and it was a different guy. But the weird thing is, it also sounds like his DJ Laugh stuff a little bit. So... yeah, I'm not really. It probably is his, to be honest. But yeah, and then the DJ Schwarzenegger tune. It's a good laugh. I'll say that much.
Okay, and then we're gonna switch over to DJ Schwarzenegger with Dustman. So here it goes.
myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world turning inside out. Yeah, I'm floating around in ecstasy. So stop me. Don't stop me. Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm running through the sky. Yeah. 200 degrees, I'm starting coming close. I'm out of time. About to get the speed.
Oh god damn. So here I was talking.
Okay, we'll get it back together.
Yeah, okay, so that's another technical difficulty today. You know, I was actually really surprised that last Saturday I didn't had any technical difficulties with the live stream.
I should have been there.
But
it wouldn't be the same if there weren't a couple technical difficulties. So, you know.
Yeah, sadly it's part of my stream. So as I mentioned before, the mixes that we played before, the tracks we played was Rosketch with Joker, the mic and I edit. Then we switched over to DJ Schwarzenegger with Doseman, and we threw in a third track from Miss Chewbacca with USD Heaven. We are still listening to J-Core Masterz Vol.10. We have D-Luc-D in the background, as an interview. And the music that you hear in the background is actually done by Kuro Soundworks. He is an excellent J-Core DJ and also a fellow D4DJ fan. Yeah, Rondo is trash. Yeah, go follow Kuro Soundworks at Kuro Soundworks YouTube, and also you can find him on patreon.com/Kuro Soundworks. So, I saw a question from Candycore. What's the most amount that I spent on a J-Core CD? The most amount that I spent on one J-Core CD was, I think, $50, or was it 50 euros? I think $50.
Even I haven't done that. What was that?
I'm really trying to think what it was. I think it was a DJ Technicium CD. No.
They probably go for
$40, that's the most.
Okay.
$40 is the most. Because back then I didn't really had that much money, and I'd rather spend my money on new releases and more CDs than spend on an older CD. So yeah. Yeah, Dan, you have been to Japan how many times?
I went once in spring 2018. I was in my year out, so I'd finished. We call it sixth form, but I suppose you'd call it college. It's like before uni, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I finished that the year before, and then I was just working for that year out, and then took a break, went to Japan, was there with my dad, bit of a lads trip, and while I was there, I did a couple like musical little side things. So it was actually mainly on one day. Actually, it was the day that M3 happened. So I went there. I picked up like 44 CDs that day. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a mad day. And then yes, I picked all them up, and then I went and played a set in there's a venue called Sabako in Waseda in Tokyo, and that was for there's a label / events brand called Animetic Anthemic, which is managed by Kazmasa, or some people might know him as the Dig account, and a guy called Tenkayu as well, who I say mostly makes like Scouse House kind of stuff. So yeah, I basically I was going to Japan anyway, and then that kind of came about purely because I messaged Kazmasa like I'm going to be in Japan for a little bit. Do you know any events that or any promoters that I might be able to contact about doing some sets? And he was like, "Oh, we're having a party if you want to play for that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do that." So that was my first ever live set, actually. Like, obviously I'd done stuff broadcasting, but nothing like in a venue or anything. So that was my first time ever.
Seriously, I really thought that you played at like some clubs or like conventions. I really thought so.
See, yeah, you know what it is because obviously I started off very young, so I wouldn't have been able to get into clubs anyway. Because I mean, I'm 22 now, but
What? You that young? Holy shit!
How old did you think I was?
I seriously thought you were like 28.
Damn. Well, it's because I'm such a J-Core veteran.
Jesus. If you're 22, then oh my god! So that's the age that I can even say that you can be a child of mine. Yeah, of course I always say that kind of stuff. Because I would be a teen dad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See in the microphone.
I'm actually looking. I'm looking at the chat now. I'm surprised at how many people thought I was older.
Like, there will be a day that you will tell other people, like, you could be my grandchild. I'll just help you out. That will be the next, right? You're now telling everyone, oh, you could be my child. And the next time it will be, you could be my grandchild. Yeah.
To be fair, he is the J-Core dad. I feel like you are the J-Core dad at the moment.
The J-Core dad. Oh man, I really am. I'm so feeling old right now. I am old. Next year I become 39, so yeah. No, seriously,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really thought that you were like 28 to 29.
Look at that.
That's
Look
crazy.
at that. It's all grey.
But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of why I didn't really find myself going to a lot. Well, I wasn't going to any events, obviously, because I was too young to get into most of them. And also, I don't feel like there's a massive convention thing in the UK. Like, there's some, but none near where I lived. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not too clued up on it. So the only one I really knew about, I know there was one called Alcon, purely because there was a guy called Dysphasia who used to play at them. I think it was him. Yeah, that's the only thing I knew about. And other than that, it was just like I only really knew about like UK hardcore raves. So yeah, that's why I found myself getting into doing live sets so late. I've obviously since the one in Japan, I've done sets in my student union at uni, which is, I can't really play a lot of hardcore at those, but I've played like baseline and whatnot. Sometimes I did play hardcore. If there was barely anyone there and I could get away with playing it, then just go for it. So there are I feel like there's probably a couple of videos that my friends have got where I've just, decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna play hardcore in this, venue full of students who have no idea what they're listening to. Yeah. It works sometimes. Like there's sometimes I've played Donk in there and it's gone off really well. But yeah, so yeah, my live DJing experience, I suppose, is quite limited, really, especially for what I'd say is like the stuff I'm more passionate about. Because I've done sort of like when student societies have had balls. So like I've done the ball for all the medics and geography students, and then I've had to play like pop music and whatnot there, which is it's kind of fun sometimes. But it's if I could play hardcore or bassline or whatever, it'd be even better. But yeah, so yeah, it's just a thing of I got into it quite young, and I'm doing a bit of catching up really. So yeah.
I'm still shocked about the fact that you're just only 22, because I started my DJ career when I was 22. And you started your DJ career already, since you're 16 or something like that, you just said?
How old was I? I think I was 13 when I started uploading mixes. Yeah, I was 13.
So, when you were playing at events, how old were you?
First one I played at, I would have been 19, I think. Was I 9? Yeah. No. Yeah, I was 19. I was 19, yeah. So, yeah, as I say, got into it very late. It took me a while, but,
Okay. No, because I know that in the past you really had good mixes, and I really always enjoyed listening to those mixes at events.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just kind of limited to doing the stream events, which I love doing those, to be honest, because it's, you do in a weird way get the same kind of buzz off people going, oh, this, everyone back in the day, everyone was in IRC chat rooms, and then
Yeah, I
everyone would be
remember
like,
that.
oh, this is such a good mix. I'd be like, yeah, cheers, guys. But yeah, I enjoyed doing that. It was always cool doing those. Yeah.
Okay, but when you started DJing, what did you use back then? Like most of us, we start with Virtual DJ.
Give me a sec. I can show you exactly. It's really dusty, but I can show you exactly what I started with. Am I going to be able to do this? I don't know why this is still out. Because I haven't used this in years. But this is what I started on.
A reloop?
It is a Mix Vibes UMix Control Pro. The reason I had this was because it was affordable at the time, and I think I knew about it because, do you know DJ Ravine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a demo of it once, and I was like, oh, that's quite cool. And I think I didn't really want to commit to their track. I think the main one at the time was the Tractor S4. So yeah, I didn't really want to commit to something too expensive, because this was like, I suppose it was sort of mid-range. It wasn't like a beginner one that was, you get a light software with it or whatever. But it did the job for probably. Well, I had this. It did the job for a bit, and then I ended up getting a secondhand DJM 400 mixer, and I'd use the decks on that and send it through to the mixer. So I'd have that on one side and then the DJM on the other side, and I did that for a while. And now, to the side of me here, I'm not going to bother picking it up, but I have that for 6 years. I've been using the DDJ SX2, which is great, to be honest, because it's 2 decks, but you can use it as a 4-channel. You can use 4 decks on it.
Yeah.
If you switch through them, and it's got a 4-channel mixer, and it's always been really handy, especially if I was playing in the SU and I had people wanting to use different equipment. They'd just send it through to mine, and then it's pretty easy, and it's got a good range of effects, and yeah, it's just nice having like a, not too big, but it's like, a decent size. But other than that, I just kind of used CDJs whenever they're in a venue, which, sometimes I've had to bring my own stuff, but if I get to use CDJs, I always love doing that.
So, do you have any events that you are planned for in the near future?
The one that springs to mind is it's called Back to the Nostalgia, which is an event that a producer called Tano-c is running. Tano-c is an excellent producer. If you have a look at the last 2 Anicores, you'll see him on there. He's done at the moment, he sort of specializes in older sounding stuff. So he's done like old school happy hardcore bootlegs of anime songs for the Anicore series, and he's just great, really. Been following him for quite a while, and yeah, the idea behind that is nostalgic hardcore. So I think there's probably, I don't know if I don't remember who else is on. Pretty sure DJ Nux is on the lineup. I seem to recall he's doing a set that's like noughties hardcore, so like Raver Baby, Twister Records, Junkbox, Essential Platinum sort of stuff. The set I've done for it is mainly 90s style stuff. It's not all, direct from the 90s, but it's basically like old school breakbeat hardcore sounding stuff. So there's a bit of older stuff, but also kind of some more recent tunes that are done in that older style, and then a little bit of like early UK hardcore at the end as well, just for a little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice, yeah.
A little bit of spice, So I've got that coming up, and nothing in the way of mixes actually. But one thing I do have coming up is I've been a bit slow on the tunes front. I do produce, but I'm a bit, I don't know. It takes me a long time to finish music. I haven't actually finished a track since last year, like probably about a year ago now, actually. And I've got a tune coming up. It's not J-Core, but it's a bassline tune that's coming out on a label in the UK called Bass Boat, which is going to be a free download. It's basically it's an EP for underrated bassline artists, basically, and I got asked to do something for it. So yeah, got that coming up, and I say for the most part, I need to work on more music because there was I won't say there was a certain label that expressed interest in me doing an EP for them, and I if I had a good work ethic, it probably would have happened by now. I'll have to check if they're still interested in it, but hopefully soon. EP coming. I have no idea what will be on it, whether it'll be bassline or hardcore. Probably I feel like now probably hardcore, just because I tend to struggle a bit more with producing bassline and having like individual ideas for it. But yeah.
Well, ever considered bassline hardcore, like somebody mentioned before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw someone said it. The funny thing about that is I haven't actually tried to combine the two. Yeah, I've just checked in the chat. Jack is it? You do owe the same label and EP. Get on that soon because that'll be very exciting. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, bassline hardcore. I feel like M Project is actually doing that a bit at the moment. He's kind of combined the Off Me Not. There's a label in the UK called Off Me Not Records, which is very well known for like a distinct type of bass line, which is really just wacky. Like I don't even really know how to describe it, to be honest. It's crazy. Wonky sort of squelchy bass line, basically. And M Project's kind of started doing a sound which blends that with hardcore, which I think it works quite well, to be honest. I wouldn't mind giving something like that a go, but I'd probably try and want to make it a bit more. There's a movement at the moment which is like techcore, which if you've seen any of the Mega-X releases, they've been doing this techcore thing, which is kind of sort of psytrance influence, but also like bass as well. I'd like to do something like that, but I don't feel like my ability is quite there yet, and I tend to stick to doing more classic hardcore stuff. You know, your typical like Vengeance, Essential Club Sounds 2 185 kick. Anyone who knows about production knows about that sample, because it's basically the same kick drum that got used in any of the like hardcore from 2008 to 2012.
Oh yeah,
people, I still use it. I still use that kick drum because it's you can't go wrong with it. But yeah, I tend to like making the more classic sound. I find it easier to do hardcore that way for some reason. But I think at some point I'll have to do a little combo of the two.
Nice. So yeah, should we go to listen another track, one or two again? We'll listen to 2 tracks because we still have. Let's see.
We got 4 to go.
Is 4 to go? Oh yeah, we have 4 to go. So I'll say let's listen to the next 2 tracks. So the first one is DJ DePav and M Project with The Future's Ours, the Hyperdunk remix, and then Jack is it? What is the current? What is the artist? Because I see some Japanese stuff again.
Oh, I still don't know how to. Oh, I thought you were talking about the.
Oh, Disurion. Disurion.
Oh, Disurion.
Okay. Yeah. So Disurion with Acid Fall. And we're muted.
Ooh.
Yeah, the show is going really well.
Yeah. I am doing a terrible job at checking the chat, but it's not going too bad.
Oh shit.
future.
So we're back with D-Luc-D. We're still listening to J-Core Masterz Volume number 10. So the first track was DJ The Path and M Project with Future Is Ours, the Hyperdunk remix. And then we switched over to this Urion with Acid Folk. Well, apparently last weekend with Gabardisco. Oh wait, sorry. Every time if I talk solo, I tend to go to that camera over there. But since we are now with the interview, I'm going to my webcam. So yeah, last weekend we had a pretty good run since there was 0 technical difficulties. If everybody have seen my last few shows and live events, I somewhere had some technical difficulties going around. Only last weekend it was apparently a good one, as Mosura has blessed me with her good vibes. So today Mosura hasn't blessed me, so I am full of technical difficulties today. Oh damn. So yeah, Dan, how is your J-Core view right now compared to compared to your prime in the back in the days?
You know, weird thing is, I feel like my attention span when it comes to J-Core now isn't so good. I think it got very hard to keep up with everything, I'd say, in about 2014, 2015. Say, there was a point where I could just scroll down SoundCloud and I'd know exactly what I'd want from a like Comiket or M3. And then, like I think I mentioned it earlier, like repost gates started happening for free downloads. It got so difficult, like keeping an eye on new stuff, because I used to browse SoundCloud for hours a day sometimes. And then it got to a point where I was just like looking at it once every few weeks, or there was even times where I'd look at it, not even look at it for a month or two, just because it got so. And that's not just a J-Core thing. That's pretty much it was stuff like dubstep and future bass and future house getting reposted and whatnot. So it made it difficult to keep up with a lot of things. And then, like I say, I got a bit. I got less interested when it started being a bit more like Japanese artists. I mean, to be fair, Japanese artists, I feel like a lot of them have always looked towards the UK for inspiration. But when it became more like the UK were focusing more on hard style-esque UK hardcore, I kind of wasn't as interested, purely because I think I liked a bit of it to begin with. But it gets to a point where there's only, this is just my opinion, but there's only so many times I can hear a hard style lead with, the same sort of melody on a hardcore tune.
How about as a current trend?
I mean, I don't mind it in some cases. It's just as long as it's not too generic, I'd say. But yeah, my view of J-Core at the moment, like I say, I've kind of struggled to keep up with a lot of labels. I mean, back then I was really into like SketchUp. And
SketchUp was a good label.
What else was it? Yeah, hardcore Tano-c.
Really good label.
Yeah, the last Hardcore Syndrome I bought was Volume 9, because I did actually think it was kind of still a newer sound, but there was some great tunes on there. Like it was a mix of, there was some more modern sounding stuff, and then just some proper bangers on it basically, which was like my kind of J-Core, if you want to call it that. I know some people dispute whether J-Core is J-Core if it doesn't have like, if it just sounds like UK hardcore and doesn't really have, anime elements in it or whatever. But at the moment, what kind of stuff do I still listen to? I'd have to probably look through like my SoundCloud likes. I'm gonna have a quick look through my SoundCloud likes and see what's been in there recently. like I said, Tamalam is really good. He also makes tunes with a guy called Gil, who I think's great as well. There's some guy called Jackazid. He's all right.
Jackazid.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some guy I just stumbled upon one time.
Oh wait, is a guy that's always his birthday, right?
Yeah, in fact, you know what? It might actually be his birthday today, I think.
Oh yeah, Jackson, happy birthday! Sorry, I forgot to mention it. Happy birthday! Oh yeah, you know, also a funny thing about Tamalar. Up until a few weeks ago, I never heard of Tamalar. So people on the Discord server, to everybody out there that is not on the J-Core Discord yet, go to discord.io/J-Core Live. Yeah, we have spoken about Tamalar, and I saw a lot of people buying two of his CDs. And I said, yeah, who is Tamalar? Why is everybody buying CDs? Why is this happening? So, and then I said, yeah, you know, where can you buy the CDs? And I suddenly just bought 2 CDs without any thought. Still haven't heard those CDs. I have them here.
Tamalam is, I feel like he's very underrated because he's been doing stuff for a while, to be fair. And I'd say he's always been good, but it's like his recent stuff, especially with the old school. And he does some stuff which is a bit more like, you know, kind of like the Lieber Bitter sampling kind of stuff. He's done a bit like that as well.
Yeah.
He's just really, just an all-round good producer. In terms of other artists, there's a guy who I quite liked recently called Kaki. Again, the funny thing is, he does actually have a bit of the hard style influence, but in some of those tunes it actually works quite well because he's not just doing the stereotypical melodies that you'd always expect. Laser Emoto, I feel like a lot of people will know about him. Guy from Australia. He's doing a bit of that kind of 200 BPM J-Core stuff. He was about a long time ago and then he kind of just disappeared, but he's come back recently. Yeah, sick artist. Aki as well, who does, I think, probably more funkot now, but still does hardcore. He really likes a lot of the same stuff I like in terms of, 2009-esque UK hardcore. So yeah, really like him. Jack Azid earlier mentioned Nora 2R. I've liked a lot of his stuff in recent years. And one of my favourite artists as well is a guy called Louis, which is spelled like L-U-I.
Oh, okay. I thought Louis. Is that even a Japanese name?
Yeah, he was involved in a Remix Nation to begin with, and then he was on Music Servant's label, Atomican, and I think he had his first album on there. And yeah, he's always stayed really consistent for me. Again, some of that has a bit of hardstyle influence, slightly, but in a really refreshing way. But yeah, and Soleil as well, I've still really enjoyed. There's still, to be honest, there is still probably, I've kind of not kept up as much with the recent releases at events, but there's still plenty of decent stuff coming out. It's just, I think probably it taints your image when you've got a certain idea in your head about like 2000. Like I'd say 2011 to 13 was the golden years for me. You might have a different opinion because you got into it quite a bit before, so you might say like.
Yeah, if you want to know my opinion, I think the best J-Core is everything prior to 2012. That is because 2010, 2012 that was my prime.
Yeah, I think. It was around then. It was like I said, I still enjoyed stuff in 2013 and a fair bit in 2014 as well. Like I was still excited about putting free releases out at the time. But yeah, I think after that it did really dry up a bit for me. Not to say that anyone was making terrible music or anything, because I don't like saying that, because obviously everyone puts effort into their music. It was just wasn't my vibe anymore, basically. And like you say, 2012. This better be the last time. Am I here again?
Yeah, you're here now.
Apologies. Right. Yeah.
2012?
Stuff that came out around that time. I mean, to be honest, I remember 2011 very vividly because that was when I started getting into it. When I think about DJ Shimamura releasing Electronics, Hardcore Syndrome 5, the J-Core Masterz 11, I think, came out that year as well. 11 and 12, and Bastard Pop Terrace 15 and 16. Yeah, actually no, that was the next year. No, it was J-Core Masterz 9 and 10. You know, I love it. Yeah, it was just and SketchUp as well at the time was sick. Yeah, there was a CD that year called Alcanet. I really like that one as well. It just had a lot of standout stuff to me that I still remember. Like, you know, I still have fond memories of it and like good associations with it. So yeah, I'd say probably like around that time was the golden age for me. But yeah, it's not to say that people aren't making sick stuff still.
No, but you know, it's also a generation gap because the people that came after us, they really liked J-Core from 2016 to 2020. Let's say like that. And you have the newer generation that just came to listen to J-Core, and maybe now is their prime.
Yeah, like you say, generational thing. Like, because there'll even be people who, it's kind of like anything. People have the same debate about like vinyl and CDJs, don't they? Like, oh, it's not proper DJing if it's not on vinyl. Yeah. And then it's kind of, I feel like hardcore's a bit like that, where some people are like, oh, none of this trancey stuff. It needs to be, you know, it needs to have amen breaks and M1 pianos and you know, like high strings and whatnot.
Yeah.
There'll be people that frown upon the kind of stuff that got me into hardcore, but it's all subjective. I'd say I like a bit of everything. It's just everything in moderation, and more so than newer stuff. But it's just, I think it's when things change and you're a bit more like not sure about it. But yeah,
totally agree. No, because since I have been doing these kind of shows, I start to listen to more newer J-Core releases. And with my JCL events, I hear and see all kinds of artists play J-Core, and I say, oh, this is actually quite a cool track. From who is it, and when did it got released? Yeah, and then they say, it released like last year or just a few months ago, and said, oh damn, what am I missing? So yeah.
I think that's the good thing about events, when like stream events, when people have all made mixes for something, and then say me, I might not have too much attention on what's coming out recently, and then someone plays a set of stuff that I haven't heard about, and then, you know, it opens your eyes up more to there still being great stuff coming out. I think it's, I like it in that because like I say, I probably wouldn't notice a lot of things, and then you'll tune into an event because someone you know has got a set, and then you see a nice lineup, and it's nice to be in the chat with everyone. I've just thought, actually, I've probably mentioned it a few times today. Mega Rex is another. I feel like they're one of the best labels at the moment in J-Core in terms of just having very interesting stuff all the time. Because they don't just do, it's not just J-Core as well. Like they have like some really odd. Oh, I say odd. They've got a speed garage series, which, I mean, anyone from the UK will probably say it's not speed garage because it's quite different to what we know as speed garage, which evolved into bassline and whatnot. But
Well, actually, actual speed garage is like 140 BPM-ish, right?
yeah, well, sometimes slower, sometimes a little bit faster, probably. But yeah, it's around. It's that sort of older, Reese based sound, and then yeah, like Jack has said, it's kind of like this a faster take on two step. It's actually very interesting to listen to.
Wait, is it a faster take to two-step, or was two-step like the slower version of Speed Garage? Because I think Speed Garage was even earlier than two-step.
They would have been coming through around. Well, two-step might be a bit earlier, maybe. But in terms of what Mega Rex have done with it, they've kind of just, in a weird way, taken an older term and made something completely different out of it. Yeah, it does actually. In some ways, it does actually sound a little bit like hard dance. Some of it. Yeah, and I noticed they did that with before the Speed Garage stuff. They actually had a series. I mean, they have this tech focus. They had a series called Ultra High Tech, which I think initially they called that High Tech Psytrance. But it wasn't like Psytrance. It was like it had Psytrance bases in it, but it was a lot more like, more melodic. And yeah, I just think Mega Rex has always done really fresh stuff. Yeah, one of the best labels at the moment.
Nice. So, yeah, should we do one more track and then maybe do like a quick Q&A? Because I see the time is already past our regular time. So let's play one more track. And if you guys have some questions for D-Luc-D, please ask them, and then he will gladly answer you guys. If you guys have questions, of course. So the upcoming track is, of course, something in Japanese. So, Jack, is it? Can you help out? Oh, you know?
Bokusatsu Shoujo Kobo.
Okay. I know that.
Yeah, for some reason, he always had his name written in Japanese on Mob Squad releases. Yeah, you know what? I did think that said Queen of Isis, but for some reason, obviously, when your brain hears Isis now, you obviously have different associations with it. But yeah, there you go. He's put it in the chat.
Well, Isis is what is the Egyptian goddess, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, okay, the next track is Bokusatsu Soju Kobu with Legend of Bizardia, Queen of Isis, and I'll say, if you have questions for D-Luc-D, please put them in the chat, and then we'll go through them in a minute. So we're back here at J-Core Live, your one and only talk show here on Twitch. Well, you just heard Bokusatsu Shoujo Kobu with Legend of Blizzardia. What was it again? Queen of Isis, I think. After this, we still have one more track to go. And this is also our last segment with D-Luc-D. Yeah, we're having a small question round. So if you have some questions for Dan, please put them in the Twitch chat. So far, we see two questions. And the first one is from DJ Candycore. He wants to know what your opinion is. What is the most overrated hardcore song?
God, that's quite a hard one. Because, I mean, you could pick a different one for each era, really. And I feel like there's a lot of old school hardcore that if you said that was overrated, you'd be putting a lot of disrespect on it. But, you know what? I was never huge. Oh god, this is probably really bad to say.
Okay, wait. Before you say your answer, we're a respectful community. So all the opinions, even though if it's a personal matter, what I'm trying to do is that no matter what kind of answer you give, we should stay respectful for your answer because it is your own opinion. So
yeah,
it's a safe space for everyone.
To be fair, these tunes, like any of the old school ones, they're great. It's just whether, you know, some of them have very legendary status. So yeah, but I was like, I'll just say it. Bang, Shooting Star. Like I like it. I think the thing about it being so legendary is because of how it changes music for the future, and then obviously people my age might not be able to appreciate it. But I'd say it was just never grabbed me. I think it's a great track, but it's just not like I don't think it's like, you know, super amazing or anything. It's actually ended up not being that disrespectful an answer, to be honest, because you've got to have respect where it's due. And I think as well, when you think about the songwriting that goes into hardcore, a lot of the songwriting isn't amazing. So to be fair, Shooting Star's actually quite decent in that respect. I know I feel like some people would probably pick Toy Town by Hixie and Sharky. I think that could be a contender. But again, they're all really good tunes, especially for their time. In terms of my favorite hardcore label, that is a very good question. A few years ago, I would have said Rebuild Music. Obviously, I mean, well, to be honest, any of the answers I have for this kind of aren't technical. I mean, they work as answers, but then none of the labels are active anymore. So I really liked Rebuild Music. Other than that, Twister Records. I really love Twister Records. But I to be honest, I like any of that kind of, you know, what they call top tier hardcore at the time. So yeah, I'd say those are my two favorite hardcore labels. J-Core label, that's a very difficult question, but what would I say? I'd really have to think about that. J-Core. I mean, because again, that changes over time, but I guess Lolly Style Gabbers probably. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. So
and then
yeah,
Jack Zid asked a question as well. Oh, yeah, this will be a tricky one.
Wait, for the people that doesn't know this, Jack Zid is asking for what are your 5 J-Core Desert Island discs?
Yeah. Thing is, yeah, I don't know if you'll actually know about this. Desert Island Discs is a thing. I don't know if it's on BBC Radio 4, and then they kind of just talk. I've not actually listened to it before, but they kind of talk through their favorite stuff. Oh god. Right, I'd probably have to pick like really, throwback kind of stuff. So Hardcore Syndrome 5, Tracks by DJ Shimamura. I'm debating, but it kind of has to be in there, really, doesn't it? I picked it, so that's 3. This will change. This could change at any time as well. You know what? Before I pick the last 2, I'm going to have a quick look at my collection of CDs, because otherwise I'm going to regret my answer. So let's see.
It is now in this moment, so.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Ah. Woo. And okay, Bastard Pop Terrorists 14.
Uh-huh.
That has to be in there. Damn, I've literally left myself with 1. I'm gonna have to just go with classics, because I could give a different answer for stuff that's come out recently. Ooh, one more. One more. Oh, this is so difficult,
Especially if you need to think it and spot.
Yeah, honestly, because I've got so much stuff I forget.
Others we stick it to 4.
You know what? I'm just gonna pick a random one.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it. One that really sticks out to me. Let's see, would I put that there? I don't know. Random one. Oh, Alkanet. It has to be Alkanet. That's on SketchUp Recordings. I think they're all actually from the same year. I could pick loads of different answers. Yeah. Oh, horrible question. Horrible question.
But
I'll
you
give you
did
a different
answer
answer in a couple of minutes.
but you did answer it. So
Yeah,
let's see. Is there other questions? No, I don't see other questions.
Feel free to ask anything. Anything, not even just J-Core, just anything.
Yes, no, maybe. And if you don't have questions now, then you can also keep your questions for the next time that we are going to invite D-Luc-D. I don't know when the next time will be, but one thing is for sure, the next time that we'll have him here on the show is also the day that we're gonna that we are going to listen to the CD that I just bought from him. So yeah, if there are no more questions, then I guess this is it for today, or for the interview. Yes, 10 more seconds. No, I don't think there are more questions coming up. Okay. So...
There is one there actually.
You just
when
came
are you
in
going to
time.
organise an event again? See, the events that I did organise weren't on my own. They were with Detour and Shimotsuke. We did events as they were basically like anniversary events for Ramen Break. So we'd do, like a weekend full of mixers. I don't think there was one for the last anniversary, so
yeah.
I'm not actually sure when I next do an event. I kind of considered, because obviously we discussed earlier, the cat causing chaos.
Well, the funny thing is, I thought that I took her treats, but I accidentally took the I call this again the cooling paste.
But yeah, so I thought maybe I could do one because it's coming up to 10 years of me being D-Luc-D. So it's something that I've considered, but I'd probably need a lot of help in terms of, like, I don't really have the equipment and the internet. Sorry, no, not 10 years of Ramen Break, 10 years of D-Luc-D. Having said that, Ramen Break is nearly... How old is Ramen Break now? It started in 2013. So that's coming up to 8 years now, I think. But yeah, I'd probably if I was doing an event for like 10 years of D-Luc-D, I'd probably need help somewhere, because like I said, I don't really have the necessary equipment to be doing it all by myself. Thank you very much, original number 4. It's nice being told, when people enjoy your mixes, because it's nice getting a couple likes or whatever on SoundCloud, but with the comments they always have a special place in the heart. So yeah.
Yeah, we are a loveful community over here, so it's nothing but respect and helpfulness to each other. So
Yeah, no, it's the great thing about J-Core.
J-Core brings people together.
Exactly.
So let's see, why not do a collab with me? What kind of collab then?
I'm guessing he means an event. I mean, know what? It's a bit. I feel like an event is a big commitment, but I feel like it's something that I'm due at some point. Because, like I say, the last Ramen Dream was probably 2 years ago, maybe more. I'm due one at some point. It might have to happen. It might have to happen.
Oh, you heard it here first. It might happen.
I'm always doing this, I'm always making, promises that I may or may not be able to. It's like when people say, "Oh, when's the next M-Neko?" And then they go, "Oh yeah, I'll be soon," and then everyone goes, "M-Neko confirmed."
So yeah, everybody can take this as a grain of salt, but you heard it here first. Okay.
You heard it here first. To be fair.
So yeah, if there are no other questions, then this is the end of our interview.
It is the end. Yeah, thank you very much.
It was really an honor to have you here. We have been speaking for 3 hours. This is the first time that I have spoken to you
really
live.
Quickly though.
It just went by. No, but for me, the feeling is like I've known you for several years right now. Never spoken to you in the past, not even chatted, or maybe at least not directly. But somehow I do have a feeling like that I know you longer than just today.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? And to be honest, I think maybe I feel like that as well, purely because of watching episodes of this before. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Oh, shout out Thumbsy as well. Thumbsy's been around for ages.
Thumbsy's definitely been around.
Whenever Ponder Beats happens, I hope if I'm there, I hope you're going to be there because.
Last time he was there.
Head. Well, you better be there that's if I end up being at the next one. I really hope. I was meant to play at the one that got cancelled, so I'm hoping I can get out there again. But yeah, but also big shout out to Brainshit as well because this interview pretty much was his idea. So
that is true.
Yeah. Well, as far as I'm aware.
So sadly, he already went to bed, but it's thanks to Brainy.
I have to give him the respect. But yeah.
Definitely, that's for sure. So yeah, I'll say thank you very much for today. It's a huge honor for you to be here in this show. Finally get to know who D-Luc-D is and also the person behind D-Luc-D. And thank you for your time for today. It's always how can I say this? It's because I don't like to waste people's time, so that's why I'm always really thankful if people can make time for an interview. So
yeah, I've been excited about doing it for ages, so I'm glad you had me on.
So yeah, you still have some final words for the people here in the chat?
Like I say, watch out for Back to the Nostalgia. To be honest, follow me on Twitter at DJ D-Luc-D. You'll hear about events and new tunes I've got coming up. And yeah, stay J-Core. J-Core.
So yeah, we are going to play one more track, and then this is also your sound off, I guess. So the last track is Bubble B featuring Injo G with Angel Step.
Bumblebee, and Joji. Yeah. People. Push ya. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bang. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Stop. What? Meow. Whoa.
And that was the last track of the show. That was Bumblebee featuring Enjo G with Enjo Stab. So yeah, we are nearing the end of the show. So yeah, it was a really fun show today. I really had the oh wait, let's turn on this light. Really had a blast with D-Luc-D with Dan. Yeah, as I just mentioned, this is really the first time I've really spoken to him. Next to a few DMs we have in the last few days, weeks. Just small words about come to the if he wants to do the interview and stuff. But I really felt like that I have known this guy for so many years. It's, I don't know, it really feels natural. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's interview. And Howling Neko, welcome to J-Core Live, one only J-Core talk show here on Twitch. To everybody out there, if you still haven't followed Howling Neko at this moment, go follow him right this moment. He does really good J-Core mixes. He's also a great artist with drawing stuff, cherry on tops, of course. Just go follow him. He's a really awesome guy, and he also played on a JCL event in the past. So go follow Howling Neko. So, J-Core Masterz Volume number 10. It's a great CD. I never heard it before, and yeah, today is really the first time. And yeah, I really like this CD. It's lots of variation in there, and yeah, it's overall a good CD. So if you do have the chance to to hear or listen to this CD, then please do so. So yeah, for next week, I do have this. Okay, so for next week's show, I might tease this already on my Discord channel a few weeks ago, but for next week we are going to listen to this CD over here. It's Tamolar's Connection Volume number 1. I actually bought this CD a few weeks ago because everybody on the server was buying this CD and I couldn't stay behind. So we'll listen to this CD, that's for sure. To give you guys some kind of spoiler, and I think if you have seen the spoiler on the server, I have 2 of them. So yeah, which means that next week I am going to give away this CD. Of course, I'm keeping one for myself. But yeah, I bought 2 of these CDs. One is for myself and one just to give away. So I will say, come to the show and you might win this CD. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, please follow, like, and subscribe to the channels on Facebook under Neodash, Zerox, or J-Core Live, Twitter, Instagram. YouTube also under Neodash, Zerox, or J-Core Live. Those are 2 different kind of channels. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, under Neodash, Zerox. What else do we have? I have a Patreon up and running. If you want to support me even more, at patreon.com/neodash-zerox. What else do I miss? Oh yeah, if you are not on Discord yet, or you're not on the J-Core Live server, come to discord.io/J-Core Live or /neodash-zerox or /gabberdisco. And come over to the server where we are a crew of really cool people, really helpful, good vibes, positive vibes. And yeah, come over to the chat and chat along with us. Yeah, let's see, what else do we have more? Yeah, as like Tom said, a crew of friendly weirdos. That is definitely true. Yeah, people cannot hear you right there. So, and for next week, we are going to have a chill stream again. Let's talk with you guys. And Kim will show the progress with Sims again.
I haven't really made progress. I was just making a new family just to try things out. And Holly is basically everywhere where this new family is going. Like, when this family goes to the woods, Harley is suddenly there. When these guys are going to a dumpster, Harley is suddenly there.
But does he has weapons?
I don't even know what he asked. I was like, dude, what are you doing here? Just a few seconds ago you were in the woods.
Or he's still running behind J-Core Live.
Yeah, I guess he is. He's like everywhere. He's just looking for everything. He's looking for J-Core Live, I guess. Dude, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
So next week we'll have a story about Harley in The Sims, about where I've just seen it outside of my window, and he lives in Germany.
Oh, what time is it? It's J-Core Lifetime. I'm here today to tell you about. Just listen. I've got this. If we all just have a listen right now, I think you'll just agree. Look, this is it. This is some good quality J-Core. This isn't some bread and cheese we've slapped on a plate. This is the real stuff. There's only one J-Core, and it's right here, right now, in this box. There's J-Core Life. J-Core Life's in the park. We found it. There it is. There it is. Yeah, currently no sign of J-Core. I think we've got about 3 days worth of provisions. We haven't got any weapons. J-Core Life, huh? Or as I like to call it, J-Core Light! Because if you don't have J-Core Life, you might as well be living in darkness. Oh, no. Oh, it's him.
And hello everybody, welcome back to a new edition here at J-Core Live, your one and only J-Core. So yeah, Harley is everywhere, also in The Sims, and if he is following random people in The Sims, so yeah, this is pretty much the story of him. For the last couple of months, I have been announcing live stream events going on, but sadly this month I don't have a live stream going on. I am taking a small break, as doing live stream events kind of takes quite a chunk in my daily life, by editing videos and doing stuff. So this month I am taking a small break. And so the next event is going to be Oh my god. Oh, for the people that haven't noticed this yet, if you are a Twitch subscriber to the channel, since this morning I have added new emotes, and this emote is used when we have technical difficulties. But you can also use this emote for other channels if they have technical difficulties. Or you can do as whatever you want to use for. So yeah, as I was trying to say before, the next event that I am going to do is JCL Outrun. There is no set date for it yet, but it is going to be somewhere in October. So yeah, I am getting ready for that. Only for the next couple of weeks, 2 weeks, I guess. I will not do that much drastically, which is 3 months from now. Is it? It's actually 2 months of planning. Okay. Yeah, shit. I think I really need to start already. Damn. Yeah. I think I gotta start planning already. So, Harley, we need your help again. Oh god. What am I bringing myself up to? But you know, then again, we need more music events out there because there's already so many music events. So yeah, why not just do another one? Yeah, seeing the time it is now, it's time for me to stop talking and give you guys your well-deserved rest. So let's do a quick shout out to Orin, Fumsy Aerostomp, Glitchy92, DJ Candy Core, Jackazit, Fumsy Aerostomp, Holy 80. Let's see who else. Tease Bus. Howling Neko. Power to all, or he went to bed. And there's everybody I see in the chat so far. Original number 4 as well. And also a shout out to D-Luc-D for the interview for today. So next week we are going to listen to Tamalar's Connections Volume number 1. And we're also giving this CD away. So I hope to see you guys there next week. For now, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. And I hope you guys also have an awesome week coming. Yeah, there's something on my mind that I still want to say. What was it again? Oh yeah. No, I am not muted. So I wish you all a really good week. And may Masura bless your souls. And for now, this is Neodash Zerox. Out. Stay safe, stay clean, and most of all, stay J-Core. Have a good night, everyone. Hey, bye.